Greetings, fellow traders. Bubblehead here, and it's time for the Lunchtime Market Update for Friday, February 28, 2020. What a week! What a month! Hope everybody had a great trading day today, or is having a great trading day today. So this is brought to you by Positive Trends Research, and everything we're going to talk about is for educational purposes only and not investment advice. So please take a moment to review this disclaimer. Awesome. Let's take a look and see where we're at with the SPX here. So monthly chart, right? Last trading day of the month. Look what we did. We kind of bounced off of the mid Bollinger Band here on the monthly chart on SPX. So that's after a big breakdown here this month. Weekly chart. Look where we bounced off of, right off of where I believe this was the October. Oh, you're not seeing it here on the weekly chart. We'll take a look at that in a second. But a big bounce off of the October pivot low on SPX as we broke down below the 30 moving average. The big upper shadow right now. Let's see if they can pull it up. They're trying to pull it green. We've been down and we've been up, and I tell you, the futures and the SPX and the SPY really haven't been correlating. That's what happens when volatility just goes through the roof. So here's the daily chart right here on SPX. So we broke down. I mean, this the manifestation of this down move is really interesting, right? Because it all started with the bump and run breakdown right here. Now, it did give us a warning. It gave us plenty of warnings. Don't think it didn't, right? So we did have the lower shadow right here, and we closed below that, right? Last Friday, and then we gapped down, right? This Monday, right? So off of that, with this close below here with volume on the SPY and the S&P futures. We gapped down off of that, right? So great area, right? I mean, a lot of folks took profit on here, but those who held through it and were patient through this down move was pretty incredible, right? So here, not necessarily you didn't really have to, right? I mean, this is a great gap down, take profit, and once we flush below the lows of this candle right here, boom, that gave it a nice move to the downside, and then flush below the cloud to the low. Now, it was really interesting, right? So we held the macro upper trend line from December, and we bounced off of that, and then it finished with a shooting star formation, closing at the lows, closing below the lower trend line right here, and then gap down off of that, and then give another one yesterday, right, to close below down those lows and at the lows, and then gave a big gap down. Now the futures are just crazy overnight. It's green, it's red, it's green, it's red, and futures are crazy intraday now too. So it's we're seeing that too. But anyway, we came right to the October lows here by 10 cents. There's that October pivot low right there, and then bounced off of it. So let's see if they can hold strong on this one on the daily chart and maybe get a relief bounce off of this thing. If we can close the highs or even fill this gap today, that would be incredible. The day's not over yet, so we'll see. So let's take a look at the let's take a look at the 15-minute chart so we can see what some of the price action here today. 1 second. Had to restart TOS this morning. I don't know if anybody had any issues with Thinkorswim this morning, but good grief. One of the techniques, thanks to Option Mike, he let me know that if you actually go to Control-Alt-Delete in Task Manager, and if this happens again, just delete the process there and then restart it without actually doing a full shutdown of TOS manually. Do it through the Task Manager. Anyway, I heard that folks with Macintosh computers didn't have any issues this morning, but anyway, it was really rough to check some of the price action this morning, but we did get a gap down, right? We bounced a little bit again, then they broke down the 15-hour below. We held those October lows, and then we had an incredible rally here inside 15, right at the 15-hour below, and a big push to the upside, and then they flushed it down like right away within a few minutes from that. So it was a really nasty pullback right there. If you look at the range of that candle, 44 points, right? The range of this candle, 48 points. So we're seeing some huge moves, and volatility is super high. And right now, we're coming off of a shooting star candle right here, a big upper shadow off the 15-hour high. So keep an eye on that one to see how we do after this video. All right, so that being said, let's take a look at some other charts here. Obviously, here's the S&P futures. Now look at that. So we had that big move up right there, right? S&P futures moving up too, and let's take a look at SPY. The SPY is pushing up right there. See, wrong one right there. 1 second. So SPY is pushing up right there, right? And then just have a fast down move while it looked like the S&P futures were continuing to go, right? So you had this big push up here, and then a move down, then that gap. So I mean, just some crazy price action days. So watch out for that volatility. We see this high volatility, and one of the things I want to point out here. Let's take a look at Tesla. Tesla's an incredible move. One of our members caught a great rally in Tesla right here. Got in at 62 cents and out at $5 on that one. Incredible one on the options for Tesla today. So let's see if that can get back above its 15 orb here today. But SPCE is an incredible example, right? So this one should have had a volatility crush after its earnings report. And one way to look at it is if you go to studies and you go to implied volatility, I just type in, I think it's like imp volatility. You click on that and you put that on your chart. Right, look at that. I mean, that's huge, right? I mean, normally you'd think after earnings, right? So we just had earnings the other day. You get this vol crush, but it's just been chopping around, and the volatility is spiking almost as high as it was before earnings, right? So that's really, really crazy stuff right here. So it makes it very difficult to trade, especially if there's a sharp move. And it's funny because today is one of those days where even when you're going down, the calls can increase in money. So when the volatility is really crazy like that, things get really funky. But if you can manage it, or if you sell premium well, it's a good day to look at that. So let's take a look here real quick. Not everything was rough, right? We had IBIO. Okay, it's a penny stock. Well, it was a penny stock. Now it's up to $3. This was on the game plan for today, the free game plan. We put this on the bullish list from yesterday. So look at that candle right there. We've talked about recently, like when big money moves, you can't hide in a candle like this. Not when you have 197 million shares traded and a big gap up when you're only used to trading like 3 million, 2 million shares. 200 million is pretty significant, and then a huge back gap up today, and we're already above that volume. But big move up from 88 cents to $3.40 on iBuy. It almost trades like an option, really, if you think about it. Anyway, good stuff. So we had that one too. Beyond was one too that was that we thought was going to be a little bit more exciting, but didn't really get too much of that. It's just kind of doging around here down here. So that's about it on Beyond. There goes the big cup and handle breakout attempt. So just couldn't get that today on Beyond after earnings. And then lastly, we have Triple M. Had some relative strength intraday a little bit here, but it's pulled back again. Again, this one, has the opportunity to make a move, right? And then it continues to break down right here. We're looking for a 15-hour breakout earlier today. It just kind of broke down to the 15-hour below. So that's what we have on that one. Okay, so we have a couple requests out there. So let's take a look at Baidu. So Baidu's another one that had earnings that came up today, and we were looking for a big move, but it ended up coming down to the 200-day moving average, bouncing off of that a little bit and fading its gap. So that was a little bit of something on Baidu today. So let's see if I can get any strength from there. TTD. Nice move today. I was looking for a bigger reversal off of this thing, but it actually kind of pushed its way up, filled the gap, and it's actually turning into a Morningstar reversal candle right here. So keep an eye on TTD over the next couple of days. That's looking interesting. Apple. So Apple, wow, nice move off of the gap right down to the macro upper trend line. This is all the way, or the intermediate trend line here. This is all the way from June of 2019. So this macro trend line, or intermediate trend line here, was held today, and they have a big bounce off of that one. So that's a nice job on Apple today. Let's see if that gets any continuation to the upside. We also have Disney. Okay, so Disney with a new CEO today. Again, got some nice continued move to the downside. Very bearish candle yesterday with a gap down. So that was a nice move on Disney. Win. So Wynn, a lot of these, not out of the woods yet on a lot of these ones. So inside day here on Wynn Resorts, right? So this is one to keep an eye on here, right? These casinos are in trouble, in general with the coronavirus stuff, and so is the airlines too. So keep an eye on this one. Inside day so far on Wynn. LK, this is one I get a lot of requests on. It's like, why isn't LK going down? Like this is what you'd think this would be the worst one, right? You have a coffee shop in China, right? But it's hanging in there inside day on this one. So watch, see if that breaks down next week. See if it gets below the cloud. It tried to tag below the cloud recently. It's kind of worked its way down already. Another earnings season coming up pretty soon on this one. And then, of course, if it gets strong, if it gets over these levels, we might see another move up on LK. A couple other ones from Shirley. XRX, Xerox. This was one that's been on our radar a lot recently. It had a couple bullish days right here, and then it's really just kind of crashing to the downside at this point. At the 200-day moving average yesterday and gap down here with spinning top, you still have a open gap below. So keep an eye on that as well if it can't defend here. And then BDX. Okay, nasty candle yesterday off of an inside day and had a big gap down here. So it's got some buying pressure right here. It's kind of found that a little bit of support here. It's a bit of a doji here. Again, let's see if it can get strong and maybe close up with a green candle today. So, well, guys, and that is what we're looking at. Actually, look for some bullish divergence here too on your IR side too if it could start to pivot back up. So, and you also have ex dividend coming up. So, anyway, guys, great stuff. Great charts today. Stay safe out there. If you guys are trading options, be real careful with the one. It's Friday, so you got that theta out there. And two, you got crazy volatility. So those two combined can make for unless you're right on the option right there. Just be careful with that. So, but we got a fresh week coming up next week, new month next week. Maybe it's all over right now. Maybe some fresh flows coming in next month. We'll start to get some a rebound bounce on the in the market. So, but we'll have to stay tuned for that. And we're going to be writing about it in the newsletter this weekend. We always do a thorough look at the technical analysis of the market, in addition to coming up with cool ideas and also offering some really great technical ideas that are out there to help improve trading. So we hope you guys can check that out too this weekend. And I hope everybody enjoys the rest of your day. Stay safe out there, and remember your risk first, and stay safe so you can stay in the game. And I'll talk to you guys soon.